KVOI AM Real Estate Show. You've got Raymond Smith, Danielle Johnson, and Sandra Johnson. And today our guest is Don Geisler. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Very good today.
It is a wonderful summery day in Tucson.
Oh, no. Wonderful in summer in Tucson is more like hot. That's what you're saying, is it's hot out there.
It's summer.
So what's it like to be the CEO and designated broker for Indie Realty this time of the year?
Oh, my goodness. Raymond, I could not be happier. I mean, we are just so excited of the direction of the company, you know, where we're headed, where the year has been so far, and where it looks like we're going. Just the future is really, really bright. So we're especially gratified with the way that the community is embracing our message, our logo, the way that the real estate community is embracing Indie Realty. It's just all been really, really great. Couldn't ask for more.
You know, last time you were on the show, we were talking about trying to get more buyers and more agents to the company. How's that going?
It's going great. We have so much interest going on in what we're doing. We're really proud of our model, where we think we offer a lot to real estate professionals in our area, and they are really seeing it and embracing that. And we're really busy, and we've got a heck of a pipeline of really, really qualified professionals coming on board. So life is good at Indie Realty.
It's good for us. I know that.
Yes, it's good stuff.
Yeah, when we talk about being realtors and talking about buyers and sellers, or rather listing and selling, those are two things I like to talk about a lot. And one thing about when we talk about that is about buyers. There's some things they need to think about before they go into the market, and some things they need to have on their mind before they go into the market. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Yeah, I saw a really valuable, what I thought was a valuable blog today. I was talking a little bit about affordability, and everybody knows that, you know, interest rates are up a little bit, but yet inventory is down. So it leads to a couple of different conversations. You know, right now it is still a seller's market, and it's a fantastic time to list your house. There's a lot of competition for homes out there. And at the same time, buyers still need to accomplish their goals, you know, and achieve the dreams that they have out there. Mm-hmm. And things have just changed up a little bit. Mm-hmm. In some ways, buyers need to really weigh when affordability is down a little bit, meaning interest rates are up and prices are up, so therefore payments are up. They need to measure the things that are most important to them. And I saw a really great blog today that just sort of mapped out, literally putting on a piece of paper when you're in the market, a couple columns. And column number one is your must-haves, the things you absolutely must have. And the column number two are the nice to-haves. And column number three are the dream stuff that you want in your home. And
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I bought my house, I think, in 2003 or 2. And those same things were brought up to me. That you got to have a column on your haves and needs and your wants, is what they said. That those were two things you must determine. And you're buying a new housing with that KB at that time, buying KB homes, and you got to decide on what those options you want. As the option goes up, the price goes up. So it just made me laugh thinking about that. It's still the same thing.
I think that reinforces that some things never change.
Yeah. Like location. There's just some things you're never going to be wrong.
Yeah, there could be, even in a market that's a buyer's market where there's tons of inventory, the human condition is we want more, right? We have this idea of what we want, and it's got everything from the lap pool and the Corvette in the garage and everything that goes with it. And in any market, you have to do this. So this is always really, really valid advice. But, you know, I think a buyer needs to go out there and find homes that check off the must-haves, and then see which ones also fit in check some of their boxes with the nice-to-haves.
You know, I would even add, once you get your list together, show it to your realtor, because there may be some things in that must-have that are actually a really simple fix. You know, maybe you find the perfect home that doesn't have the color paint on the wall that you want. You can paint your house, and it's not a huge endeavor in comparison to you want to have a swimming pool. Well, that's going to be a bit more expensive. You know, you kind of look at the options that you have and trying to make some smaller upgrades. Those things may be really important, but they also may not be that expensive to achieve once you're into a home that you really like.
Sure, and when we're talking about a competitive market where we're paying or seeing buyers pay over asking price, I know 10% was kind of the standard here in our fairly recent past.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking at a $500,000 house and you want a pool and there's not one there, if you can avoid paying 10% over asking price, you can put in a pool.
Right.
So, you
Yeah.
know, there are some things that are definitely worth maybe postponing, a little delayed gratification, maybe.
Postponing. And then, you know, there's a lot of opportunity. You know, a real simple example is people are looking for 4 or 5 bedrooms,
Mhm.
and so they might be limiting their search to that. And there may be homes out there with dens or extra rooms or extra spaces that either can serve as a bedroom immediately or can be converted, you know, pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, Danielle, I agree. Communicating, doing this exercise with our clients is probably really, really valuable.
Nice,
Mhm.
nice. Individuality. Everybody understand that every search is independence. It's not the same. We're not cookie cutter in anything. Is what I'm trying to say.
It is. And, you know, one of the things that we know to be true is even the must-haves, they change. You know, you walk into a house and you absolutely fall in love with it. And then you realize, oh, it didn't have the pantry I wanted. That's okay. You know, we're
Right.
we're good. And so as agents, you know, I spent a lot of time. I rarely previewed houses any longer when I was actively selling because, you know, so many times I would go out and be like, hey, I found it. I found the one you're looking for. This is the one. I promise. Let's go do it. And we walk in and they'd be like, you know, and then I would go to another house that I was like, yeah, I looked at this one the other day. It's really low down the list. Or I would, you know, all but eliminate it from the list and say, let's go see this one, and then fall in love with it. I'd be like, well, you just got to let people be people. So make your lists and get through the front door and let your mind change from there.
Yeah, it's funny because when we have a list of criteria and we set up a search for that criteria, and then out of the blue, your client comes to you with a house that you're like, I thought you had to have a fenced yard. And what about that extra bedroom that you needed for an office? And they're like, this is my house. And you just go, okay, let's go look. And sometimes it is their house. So really, I think that gets back to that need list. They found something that fit their needs, but didn't have all their wants, but there was something just special about it that they felt at home there, and that was the winner.
Don't you guys think that as buyers, they just have to get out there? Because just like you just said,
Yes.
these are all things they just sit back in their office. They're talking about, here's my needs, my wants. So once you get out there and you start seeing the properties and you're having a good realtor like somebody from the Johnson Smith team, that you can go and find the places you're looking for and start making analysis on whether this is what you're looking for, or that you really want to pull or you didn't want to pull.
Well, and there might be something that you think you really want,
Yeah.
and then when you go and you see
Yeah.
it compared to some other things, you realize actually there's something else completely different that I love. I have to have this other, you know, an older home versus a newer, or brick versus, you know, a frame built. Different things that you just don't know how they compare until you get out there and look.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of home buying is feel.
Yes.
You know, you walk in and you feel it and it speaks to you, or it doesn't. And you can't tell that from, you know, sitting in an office. So.
You're here listening to Don Geisler, who is the CEO, owner, and designated broker for Indy Realty. We're Ray Smith, Sandra Johnson, and Danielle Johnson of the Johnson Smith team, also at Indy Realty. We'll see you on the other side, talking a little bit more about real estate. We hope you stay with us. Did I say see you on the other side again?
Yep.
Okay. We'll be back.